I just realized I've been like talking behind my microphone, so I may not have a mouth.
This is Peppy, the main developer of the rhythm game that keeps your family awake at night. The last laser update replaced the scoring algorithm with Score v2, so before running through the changelog, let's see what that's been doing.
So Peppy, people are mad.
People are mad.
You saw spotlights. Everyone frustrated about that.
Oh yeah, well spotlights is a bit of an oversight. So as we discussed, our plan going forward is to get scoring in a good state and then lock it in. And one of the things we're still not sure about is how much combo versus accuracy should be factored in for the OS game mode.
For context, each mode weighs accuracy and combo differently. Mania is 99% accuracy, 1% combo, Taiko is 75-25, and OS is 30-70.
So it's very combo weighted, and we've heard a lot of feedback over the years of people that want things more accuracy focused. So that's why I made the poll, just to get a general idea of where people sit on that these days. Next update we'll probably experiment with a 50-50 combo accuracy, or maybe 60-40 or something around there, and see how it feels to everyone. What I'm currently thinking is that we will do a score reset every month at the end of the month.
What about score resets?
Yeah, I'm kind of putting that off until I need to for now, and just focusing on getting the scoring in a state where everyone's happy with it. Smokey has been working on the conversion algorithm from V1 to the standardized, and we'll probably look at the ability to merge the leaderboards before we consider doing the reset, and hopefully that reset can be the last reset we do, where we are actually bringing Laser online with merged leaderboards.
You've probably noticed that Lazer's mod list is big, and it'll only get bigger, so it's a good thing there's this new mod search box. To avoid conflicts with the classic mod shortcuts, you'll need to hit tab before typing. This new mod is actually based on the editor. In the timeline, each beat snap has its own colored tick, so Synesthesia takes these tick colors and applies them to each object's combo color.
We already have this feature in Mania. It's actually in the settings rather than as a mod, and we've been discussing internally whether we want to migrate the Mania implementation across to the mod. You know, you can see if people have this applied, because it does potentially give you a bit of an advantage. You're getting hinting on timing from colors on screen.
Sometimes the map's hit sounds are a bit much. So as of this update, you can toggle map-specific hit sounds during a replay. You can also adjust offset, but don't do that. This little burst in Taiko is now based on note color, so red notes have a red flash, while blue notes have a blue one. Brightness of Taiko Ki flashes have been reduced by 50%. Speaking of colors, Mania's columns in Argon have been redesigned. Again.
The guy that provided the originals had some better ideas. We switched across to his latest version.
And speaking of brightness, the Argon progress bar was modified to work better with low background in.
If you're showing this in a video, you may want to show it not against pure white, because it still looks pretty stupid. Black jaggies, nothing to say there.
Is jaggies a real word, or is that just made up?
I don't know.
This is a bar line. This is 1,000 bar lines.
It just created this like white block that hid objects behind it. We've moved the bar lines behind objects now, so that no longer happens. And for people asking, bar lines, yes, they will be skinnable in the near future. That's one of the last pieces that is not skinnable, and they really should be.
Editor functionality is continuing to improve in this update. If you're coming from stable, you may have noticed that Lazer automatically stacks notes too easily. This update gives mappers a lot more leniency though, just like stable. The snap divisor is more intuitive now too. Previously, switching between common and triplets would reset the snap to 1-1, but like nobody uses the 1-1 snap divisor, so now it switches between 1/4 and 1/6, which are the most commonly used snaps.
Beat snap grid for OS catch. So this is just a quick implementation. It uses the same kind of beat snap grid as the OS Mania editor, but it is something that people asked for, and it does give a bit more context when you're placing fruit, deformed fruit.
Mappers on stable are used to a workflow where you choose when to place an object, then choose where to place it. Lazer's distance snap combines both of these. You can choose where an object goes in the timeline by matching it with the relevant tick color on the playfield.
It's an interesting workflow, and I think once you get used to it, it can be quite powerful. You don't need to constantly seek to the correct point in time to place hit objects, but some people obviously prefer the way Stable did it. So now there's a toggle to switch it to only allow placement at the current ring. We might make it like a hold shift toggle, but we kind of ran out of modifier keys.
Song Select received some performance boosts this update. Like most performance changes, these are too complicated to fully explain here, but Peppy seemed really proud of this one. And I love passionate Peppy.
Basically, until now, we were loading the whole bitmap background for each panel on the carousel at Song Select, and that has a huge overhead. So this does a pre-pass on CPU to crop the bitmap backgrounds down to only the portion which is actually displayed in the panel. It reduces bandwidth usage and also reduces stutters during the upload process.
Oh, and see this counter thing? Apparently this killed performance.
Just to add the S on the end of matches.
That was causing 200 milliseconds delay. Wow.
Yeah, this is what happens when you use third-party libraries. You're like, oh, that looks like an easy way of, doing a common thing. And then you realize that internally that library has a dictionary of every English word that can be pluralized, and each one is its own regular expression, which takes 50 milliseconds to compile. Yeah.
Okay, 5 more changes. First, there's now tooltips for truncated text, so you can read things. Second, you can import maps, skins, and replays through the Files section on iOS devices. Third, someone got too many notifications about their tablet or something. I don't know. Peppy ensured that won't happen again. Fourth, these skip buttons in settings actually skip to the right places now. And fifth,
previously, every score would do a user lookup, and when you're importing from Stable, it's usually all the same user, right? It's all your local scores. So this was adding like 500 millisecond overhead per score. That's gone away now, so score input should be super fast now.